Dylan, you cannot use the N-word, dude. That is unacceptable.
All right, let's not start it like that.
Unacceptable. You
Jesus
gotta stop saying
Christ.
it. Anyway, welcome to Truffle Shuffle Podcast.
That was the real opening? We can't start like that.
Man.
Episode 4.
Episode 4, guys.
And we got the normal 3, but who do we have sitting?
Quattro.
We got Austin Rains back at the table. I know y'all missed him last week. Yay, round of applause. He's back.
Thank you for joining us, Austin. We missed you last week.
Good morning.
You were here in spirit.
Good morning.
Good morning.
No one's going to hear it till the morning.
Oh, okay. That's fair. That's fair. All right, gentlemen. Well, we are on November, what is today? 5th?
Jesus
November 5th,
Christ.
something like that? Yeah, something
November
like that.
5th. You're probably listening to this on November 6th if you are one of our 4 fans that actually listens. So,
I'm so glad we went through that whole
We rehashed.
rehash what day of the week it is.
sure we got
All right.
that straight out.
So, Halloween weekend, what did everybody do? Let's hear some stories. Let's hear all the sins.
I have an observation that I would like to say, unless somebody has a story. Do you have a story?
Well, you were already talking, so just
Yeah.
go ahead
So-
and play.
We had 0
works.
trick-or-treaters come to our house. I'm sorry, we had 1.
That sounds like a you problem.
And then we were
You had
like,
an apartment, though?
I mean, they're townhomes, so there's definitely a ton of kids around. But like, there was people out, like handing out candy, and like nobody came around. So we were like, screw it, we need to go to the grocery. So we went to the grocery store. On our way to the grocery store, we went through a neighborhood. There was like nobody out. I don't know if it's because of the whole, the C word, COVID, but I did not see anybody out. I don't know about you guys. I don't
Our
know.
neighborhood was packed.
That's weird. Okay, maybe it's just
Yeah.
Centerville.
I went to my
There's
brother's
kids all
neighborhood in
over.
Monroe, and
Lots of people.
I'm telling you, 300-400 people.
That's good. That's good. I was worried. I was like, man,
Cincinnati. It's
it has
hopping.
changed.
I was in Loveland, and it was hopping.
Oh, were you in Loveland? All right.
Well,
so,
besides the trick-or-treaters, what did you guys do over the weekend? No fun Halloween parties? No nothing? God,
I
we're getting
squeezed
old.
into a Mandalorian costume.
I saw that. You were
I thought
you were
said
Mandalorian.
sneezed. I thought he said I
Squeezed.
sneezed.
I squeezed into the costume.
Wait, what did you say?
I squeezed into the Mandalorian costume.
He
I thought
said
he-
squeezed.
I thought he said sneezed. I was
Oh.
like, bro,
Sneezed into
Just
the
sneezed
Mandalorian.
into it.
He was just like,
And
achoo.
done
then
it.
she was
Boba Fett.
Boba Fett, and then the
That's a
little
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 rude.
baby,
Baby girl
was
was Baby Yoda.
Grogu. as we-
Grogu.
Grogu.
Yeah, nobody
That's
cares
pretty
about the
cute.
actual name of it.
Terrific.
Everybody
I
calls
saw
it
a
Baby
lot
Yoda.
of like kids doing Baby Yoda stuff this year.
You
I
know
saw
who
no
else
kids.
was Baby Yoda this year?
All right.
Liz-
That's all, that's all right. Take your time.
Lizzo
What?
was Baby
Lizzo
Yoda.
was Baby Yoda this year.
Who's?
Lizzo.
Oh yeah.
Snow
Oh,
baby.
whole TikTok
Hi,
about it.
Chihuahua.
It's all over till the fat
Hi,
lady sings,
Chihuahua.
and she sung.
And she was out like freaking popping off in some freaking parties.
Oh no.
She was out running the streets in her
That-
Baby Yoda costume.
Oh no.
Sounds like-
Alaric's on the phone. Does he have it? Do we have a picture?
Oh yeah, baby. Look
That's
at her.
not a
Lizzo
baby.
as Baby Yoda.
Hate to say that, but that's no baby.
What the
Dude,
the
it was
hell
like
am I
legit
looking
too.
at?
Like she
Jabba
had
the
like
Yoda.
freaking prosthesis.
Prosthetic?
Prosthesis.
Prosthesis.
She had a prosthetic.
She had
ears on and
osteoporosis.
She had the osteoporosis.
Oh man, that's terrible.
Yeah.
No, I
So
didn't really do nothing.
we of course took Elliot out, but at every house I was like, "This is for me and my wife. Thank you."
That was so that I kept Maverick was in the wagon, right, being pushed by my brother's cousin, and so it just like, yeah, I'm shopping for the cow, and everybody's just like, oh, it's okay.
Maverick was a cow.
Maverick was a cow
I thought.
Why
what
was he not Maverick from Top Gun?
Ooh.
because we were
Excellent
doing
point.
like Pokemon stuff, and we
I
wanted
want
him to be
answers
Miltank.
right now. Why?
A missed opportunity right there. Maverick. You could have made him a little fighter jet and a stroller, all that stuff.
Because somebody in our neighborhood already did
What was
that.
Dalton? What was
Think of
Dalton this year?
Dalton didn't dress up this year. He
Did
was
he?
just handing out candy.
Oh, okay.
He always
Normally,
was.
that's something you should explain.
well,
'cause
actually-
that's some pretty cool shit.
He wasn't with my mom this year. He was with my dad, and I wasn't down there. But No, I think what was it last year he helped pass out candy with me. Some of the stuff he's done before is one of the biggest ones is we made him a full mystery machine
It
to
was
go
so cool.
over top of his wheelchair.
It was so
And we
cool.
put him. I think we put him in the green shirt, so it looked like Shaggy. And then he was, oh God, years ago, whenever I was Mario, he was my green turtle shell.
Mm-hmm.
Put that around.
Dealer's still one of my favorites.
The dealer, yeah, he was a casino dealer. We made a blackjack table that hooked onto the front of his wheelchair.
The motorcycle.
So
was pretty
creative.
Cool. It's really
my
cool.
dad welded part of a motorcycle to hook onto his handlebars.
It's pretty
So
tight.
He had a chopper, and we gave him
Freaking
we gave him a little fake mustache and a do rag and all kinds of good stuff.
Nice.
Oh, man. Yeah. I don't
He
know,
likes
Halloween
handing
this
out
year-
candy more than anything now because he gets.
We tried to.
I felt like in Loveland, like people went bigger this year because they couldn't.
They couldn't
as
do it
big.
last
Yeah,
year.
right.
So
I do have a really funny story.
my brother's neighbor had
Anymore.
a
That's
haunted
cute.
house at his house where everything, and my brother wanted to go real bad because it was a cookie cutter house based off of his house, which was the model home for the neighborhood. And he's like, I just want to compare which house is better. And then so we waited in line where you had the free line where everybody's lining up, and then you had the pay $5 line. I guess you got to go
It's
first.
the Fast Pass dude
I
from
was
Disney.
I was like, we should have got.
at
A
their
fast-
own house.
I was like, we should have got the fast pass.
Genius.
We were the only people over the age of like 18 in that line, and we're like,
Was it scary?
We all had our thermoses and drinking our Coke and Crowns.
Coke and Crown.
Yeah.
Living it up.
And then my brother went first, and then it was me, and then it was David. And my brother got jump scared easily twice. There's a
Solid.
guy on the roof dressed as Mike Myers,
Always.
naturally.
Nice.
And
As
then,
you would.
So like, there's a part you go across the porch. And they had some cool. They had like a coffin and like a skeleton sticking out of it. And then behind the coffin was a compartment where a guy came out and jump scared us. Then there was one dude in the windows just kept following us as we were walking by. And then once you got to the garage, you went into the garage and they made you crawl. And David kept poking me in the butt with shit. And I was like, David, quit fucking poking me in the
Now,
ass.
what was he poking you with?
I don't know. He was on his knees too, so it ain't
That's
that
impressive.
long.
Go David.
Anyways, and then my brother got scared right as the final tarp to get out of the garage to end it.
And
then
that
we
was
go,
just
"Huh."
the light from outside.
And we're like, oh, well, that was uneventful. But it was pretty cool.
Dude, sounds like the worst haunting.
It kind of does.
It was
It was a hallway
pretty
with
budget.
two
It was
tarps.
pretty budget.
It's pretty budget. Yeah. It's
You
good.
said you had a story, Austin.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm rehashing it in my head. It's not that funny.
Ah,
It's more COVID related, so I don't know if we want to rehash
Just
Uh,
tell it.
that whole thing.
Maybe-
Just
maybe-
tell it. When in doubt.
So
do a
this
quick
lady's
version
passing
of it.
out. Oh God, it's just like I don't understand.
Booster
There's-
shots.
That no. Just one. You just take one. So there's a table in front of her, no mask. She's just sitting there, and so she's like, just take one, and it's a Ziploc bag
Oh, boy.
with individual pieces of candy that aren't related to each other.
Yes.
Like she opened up a big bag of Reese cups and then opened a bag of Smarties and then filled individual Ziploc bags.
And how many things were in each Ziploc bag?
I'm just sitting there and I'm like,
So she made Halloween trail mix.
I was like, what? When do you think that's a good idea?
Let me just
Now,
touch
you
every
know?
piece of candy.
Let me touch every piece of candy.
What if
And
you folded
it's-
them inside out? Like when you're picking up dog poop, fold it inside out?
It's still like she didn't wear a mask the entire time, right?
How do you know?
I guess I don't.
Were you there? Why is there a fear associated with it?
What is happening?
What is happening?
Sorry.
I don't know. This is just kind of stupid.
All right.
That's how most of the stuff is.
But
now.
we made out with some candy, man. It was
I thought
Oh,
you were
okay, with some candy. All right.
me and the lady.
I was like,
Me and
you were
Taylor
there just
made
fucking
out.
wait
I was
for
pissed
No,
it.
I'm
about her
married, so I
stupid
hope so.
COVID Halloween candy,
And then you
she
were like, oh, she
freaking-
doesn't have a mask though, so
Yeah,
she's
she
free
lives
for the
in-
taking.
right.
So, you know,
She's a little freaky. She don't wear a mask, which is grabbing that.
Well,
So,
Halloween was great, so we'll go ahead and we'll move over to Clay.
Here on Truffle Shuffle, we work our brains. It's critical thinking with Clay.
Jeez.
What? What the hell just
I
critical
don't understand
I
what
love
this
this
critical thinking with Clay.
He's got
Four
some
words I
questions for
never
us.
thought I'd see in the same sentence.
I mean, there's
Oh my god.
about this. I'm uncomfortable with the brain. Like,
dude, it's
how did
like
he eat?
it's like Brain from Little
Brain.
Dicky. Brain got a poop.
you fuck with the war? Anyway,
Yeah.
All right, Clay, let's hear some
wow.
critical thinking.
So the other day I was actually looking through my Wi-Fi trying to set up one of those stupid smart plugs, which is impossible to set up. I don't know. Have you ever set one up? It's a
Yeah.
nightmare. Nightmare. Why do they make it so hard? Anyway, there was some pretty funny Wi-Fi names on there, and I literally had to write it down. The one that I saw that made me laugh the hardest was Router. I hardly know her, and I don't know why it got me. But I don't know if you guys have ever seen funny ones, but that one fucking got me. It's like
That's pretty
I
good.
just want to ask.
as hell,
who
but
is
it's
it?
That's
funny.
pretty good.
Mine is personally is Silence of the Lamb, which I think was
That's
kind of
pretty good.
funny,
That's a good. That's a
but
good
it's
tech
spelled
joke.
ALAN. Silence of the
I
Lamb.
like the Router one better.
The Router, I hardly know her. There was also one when I worked at an airport. It was how do I land this thing? Like LAN. I was like, that's actually
Land.
pretty funny. So do you guys have any funny ones? Would you name yours?
I mean, you see all the stupid ones like freaking this is Hogwarts. Or like FBI
Dude,
van,
My sister-in-law's is Draco's House of Drag. Swear to God.
Draco's House of Drag.
Mhm.
It's a Slytherin thing.
Yeah, they just
My-
drag that Slytherin all
She's
over the place.
Ravenclaw? Okay.
My Wi-Fi password.
Do you mind if I slither in?
My Wi-Fi
Just in
password.
case Austin was
God-
meaning to say something.
Router, hardly know her. Anyway.
My freaking Wi-Fi password is furry tree.
Oh,
And every
God.
Did
time
you
I
make it? Or is
No.
that-
It was the one that
came
was
with the-
assigned to
it
you.
came with the thing, and I
Mine's
was
like 1, 2, 4, 3, 5, 7, and it was on the bottom of the router.
of course.
That was the IT guy installing it.
I know. He's like,
He's like,
"Hey,
I'm
I'm
gonna
gonna
fuck
fuck with
this
this
guy."
guy.
Shit. I think ours is like angry fish,
Mm,
something like that,
nice.
and then numbers,
Ours is like goose, but with like numbers spelt into it.
like your dog.
Like my dog.
Like with numbers
G
spelt in.
zero dollar sign. No, seriously, it's spelled like a rapper. G00 $3.
Hmm.
Like a rapper, boy.
All right. Well, now we all know how to hack into your Wi-Fi.
Alec,
Right.
you have any funny ones?
My brother's neighbor had one. Is like my lawnmower's bigger. And that was pretty much it. It wasn't that funny.
That was not
That
fun.
was not funny at all. I think it's the
Fantastic.
opposite.
All right. All right. What else are we critically thinking about, Clay?
So the other day, not the other day, this is actually a long time ago I learned this, but I was thinking about stupid shit you have been doing wrong your whole life. And then somebody like says, well, why don't you do it like this? And you're like, fuck. Or somebody teaches you something and you're like, why did I not know that? I'm fucking 20 years old or 26 years old.
How old
You
are you?
guys? I'm 26 now.
Well, what do you got,
So-
Clay? I mean, you had to think about
I
this.
learned. You guys gonna
learned a
fucking
lot.
laugh. But so when I was working at a dealership, they said, "Can you go move the Rendezvous?" It's like I forget who makes it, Buick or something like that. Rendezvous. Can you go out and move it? And I was like, "Yeah, sure, no problem." I got in this lot and I'm looking around. I'm like, "Where the fuck is a Rendezvous?" Have you ever fucking seen how they spell rendezvous?
No.
Yes.
Okay,
Nope.
hold. So I walk out there and I said, I go back in. I was like, dude, there's no car out there. The only car that even remotely starts with an R is the Rendevis out there. Rendevius is how you spell rendezvous.
Yeah.
I'd need to see it. This
I'm
is
gonna-
a
I'll
visual
Spell
thing.
it out for you because I was like, I don't.
R-E-N-D
It's
V-O-U-S.
RENDEZVOUS. Why? Why is that rendezvous?
It's
Yeah.
French.
Yeah, well, we won the war, so
Silent Z. The most unnecessary thing ever.
it's just
Is anything in English actually spelled the way that it sounds?
No.
car.
I was just
Can
talking.
Let's talk about pterodactyl for a second, shall we?
I was
Where the
just-
fuck does the P come from?
I was just talking to somebody
Nowhere,
about how,
so-
like in the Midwest, people are like, "Yeah, no, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
no,
No. Yeah, no.
No, yeah, no,
means
no. Right.
But no, yeah means yes.
yes,
So whatever comes last is what they mean to say.
yeah, no." That's how.
So-
it is.
What else have you guys learned? Has anybody learned anything that made you feel stupid when somebody's like, "Whoops."
I have a funny one.
Okay, that's fine.
So my brother-in-law thought that people laid hay on the ground
To
for the
grow
grass to
grass. I've heard this.
grow because the hay is
Is
like the
dead
seed
grass.
for the grass.
Oh God,
I was like, Tanner, dude, no.
bro.
Hey,
He's
come
like,
on.
What? It's always there.
Well,
He
what
doesn't
what do they lay the hay down for then?
Dylan's just asking for a friend. Just asking for a friend.
I'm asking for Tanner. Is
Yeah. So I think it's like to hold moisture, right?
If it's really muddy, they'll
I don't
put hay
fucking know.
down to like suck up the moisture. But
Look
also,
that up, Jamie.
We're sitting here making fun of your brother-in-law
for not knowing, and we
no,
have
I just
no
think it's
idea.
to cover like people lay the seeds and it holds moisture. I think.
I've seen it used
Fact
usually
check.
muddy.
Fact
outside.
check that, Jamie.
I was at an event and it rained like all fucking week, and they laid down hay where people are walking, so it wouldn't fuck up more of the mud and keep it just a slurry.
Not only does straw keep grass seed moist and warm, it also keeps the seed from blowing around on windy days
Oh,
or
that's a good
washing
point,
away
too.
during heavy rainstorms.
Mhm.
Well,
There
guys,
you
we
go.
just learned
Yeah, look
something
at that.
today.
Come to Truffle Shuffle
And
and
you learned
learn some
something.
shit about straw.
We're like Snapple, but with better looking.
out of this straw.
So, Dylan, do you have anything you've learned?
I don't know about necessarily learning, but it's like there's things I've learned about myself that are weird.
No,
my
like
God.
no, I'm saying like something that you've been doing your whole life, and someone goes, "Dude, you could just do it like this." Or
Well, I mean, I have
"What?"
something. I have something that I've done my entire life, and it makes sense to me.
Tell
but it
us
never
first,
makes sense
and then
to
don't tell
anyone.
us why it's wrong. What have you been doing?
I
Oh God.
Jesus.
whenever I make turns and stuff, like not in like a car, but like me myself, like if I spin my body to the left, I have to re-spin it to the right to make sure that I'm evened out.
So you're OCD.
All right, Alec, what do you have?
Austin?
I'm very confused. What do you mean by this?
It's like, okay, so like if I was to
There's 3 brain cells
I
popping around in there.
understand what
You
you're
do-
saying.
you do.
So
but
you're
I
walking.
don't understand.
So Dylan's
why.
walking, and
It's
he turns
something
to
I've
the left.
naturally done.
And you have to go back.
Naturally,
It's like
you've
I've-
unspun yourself.
I will correct myself. I
How many
always
times
have.
are you spinning around?
No, I don't just like randomly stop and be like, oh shit, I have to spin. No, it's like
Is that what you do in traffic? You make
I mean,
a left
I know,
turn.
but
and
like,
I
how
gotta
many
go.
times in your life are you like,
Or is it
And then you go,
is it
"Huh?"
only if you turn to the left you have to turn to the right?
No, it's like it's only whenever I'm how do you put it? Like if it happens to be in my mind, then I'll realize that I'm out of sync.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of them
Yeah,
subconscious things.
you're out of
So you
sync,
need
all
some
right.
medication.
Interesting.
Like if I stood up right now and like spun to the right 3 times, if I sat back down, I would feel weird. Like I would feel, I
Yeah.
would feel twisted.
What
Yeah.
the fuck?
You would feel twisted.
Well, I didn't know how to spell rendezvous, so I guess I can't laugh that much.
All right, here, hold on a second. Let me. Here, so like if I
He's turning left.
do like a spin to that way, sit back down.
How weird do you feel right now? You looks like that one kid in the meme where his like veins are popping out of his head. He's like, oh, gotta go left.
See, it's I don't know why, but it's like if I go back up and I turn back like that. Now I'm.
Yeah,
You didn't turn the other way, that's the
understood.
problem.
You didn't have to demonstrate.
Well, I needed to untwist
Jesus
myself.
Christ.
So
Oh my-
all right, now everybody's
So Dylan's a
everybody's
lunatic.
good.
I
So that's something that I realized about myself.
Okay, I meant like something you learned. Like I learned the other day, and this was the other day, that so when you boil water, this sounds really dumb.
Oh,
when you
no.
see the little bubbles on the bottom and like they start to come up, right? Not like a rolling, Carmen said, a rolling boil. I said, what the fuck is a rolling boil? She's like, well, that's when it's like the whole thing's,
Viciously
bubbling. And I
boiling.
was like, so wait, when do you put the noodles in? She's like, when it comes to a rolling boil. I was like, what the fuck is that? She said, that's a simmer. I was like, I didn't know that.
Like
I
a
thought
roaring
I thought a
boil?
rolling boil was a boil.
I don't
That's
think
just
rolling
when
is
it's
the correct term.
You
Rolling
gotta
is
stop.
when
It is rolling boil.
Is it
It
rolling?
really is.
Yeah, because the water's like rolling. Like there's
But I thought
soap
but I
bubbles
thought the water
rolling.
was boiling.
So I would see the
Jesus
bubbles
Christ.
start
my
to,
God.
like the little bubbles come up, and I'm like, oh, water's boiling right now. I go grab my noodles, throw them in. And she's like, no. Have you been doing, you ever have somebody ask you something and you don't realize how different you are?
Oh, I've never put my noodles in before it's like before it's rolling, as you might say.
No, like it was boiling, and I was like, oh, you gonna put this? It was either, I think it was spaghetti we were making. And I was like, oh, go ahead and put them in. She's like, why?
Well, thank you for clarifying, because if it was linguine, that would have fucked the whole process
Yep.
up. So.
And then you have to have it al dente.
I thought a vagina was in the front.
So anyway, we're gonna go on to
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. Did you
So
ever watch
nonchalant.
Braveheart as a kid?
No.
So there's a scene where Braveheart and the main female character, they get together and they just go like this. And I was at a friend's house and he goes, oh, the penis goes in the vagina as they came together. And I was like, that would mean the vagina's in the front.
Like where
Therefore,
the belly
I
button
know.
is?
What?
Where did you think it was?
Alric.
Oh my
Well,
God, that poor
I
lady.
thought it
with
was in the
under
same
the
position
ear.
that
the first
our
fingering.
penis was.
Can you imagine?
you know?
He's like, where's it at? Trying to feel around for some change. Is
He
that what
sounds
happened?
like Dwight right now. How do you know which penis will open up?
Where
to
is the
accept
clitoris? Do you know
other
where the
penis?
clitoris is? So,
Did
that
you
is-
know that you can put your pizza boxes in the oven?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Did you know
Cardboard?
you could make them
You're-
smaller?
The pizza
Have you seen
boxes
that?
you
can
get,
fold
Hold
them
on,
in
hold on. You
the
can
pizza
put
boxes you
cardboard
get from
in the
like
oven.
Pizza Hut or Domino's, you can put those right in the oven to reheat your pizza.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't catch on fire.
It does not catch on fire. The flash point of cardboard is 800 degrees.
You guys are learning everything.
He
today.
does.
Meanwhile-
research on
Meanwhile, the
pizza.
melting point of regular
Critical
plastic
thinking
is,
with Clay.
Meanwhile, the flash point of plastic is only 450 degrees.
So,
Give or
Which is
take.
why
what
you
you're
can melt
saying
plastic in
is-
the microwave.
Is that why they put cardboard on the bottom of frozen pizzas?
Yes,
And you're supposed to
you're
use
supposed
it?
to put the cardboard in with it.
You took the pizza off the
Off
bottom.
the cardboard, yeah, because I was like, oh, cardboard. Could you?
How did
What'd
you
you
get
put
it
it
out of the
on?
oven?
Did you just put it on the grates?
I have a pizza.
Don't you have a pizza
sheet.
tray?
Do you guys not have pizza? What is happening? Do you know what a pizza
What
sheet
is happening right now?
I thought this
I'm-
topic would be interesting, but it
picturing-
is very, very disturbing.
I'm picturing Clay
Dylan
taking
can't
the
turn
pizza.
right.
Okay, hold
Dylan
on. I'm
doesn't know
picturing
what a
Clay
pizza
taking the
pie-
pizza off the cardboard. The thing is sitting
And
on.
onto a pizza tray,
But I'm
a
pi-
circular pan.
I'm picturing you just taking the pizza itself and sitting it in the oven and not thinking that it's going to fall through the grates.
And you're also the same person that turned left and then had to turn right. So anyway,
Yeah, but now I'm back
So,
in sync, so
okay,
everything's
so-
fine.
so more critical thinking with Clay. I was actually thinking of this the other day. If the purge was real, like you don't have to kill somebody, but like, what would you do?
I would kill people.
All right,
Yes,
Who?
but what
No, I'm
else
just
would
kidding.
you do?
like I'm.
Well, all
yeah,
crime is
everybody-
legal.
Yeah,
all
you can
crime,
do whatever you
all
want.
crime.
So you're saying it has to be a criminal act?
Yeah, you go up to. I don't know.
Oh, I thought you just
Real
meant,
question:
What would
is
you
that
do?
only
Well,
for U.S. citizens?
Let's
Let's
be
explore
real.
both.
It's only
Let's
for
be
Ohio.
real.
It's
Austin would
Only for
probably
Ohio.
State of
barricade
Ohio.
his house.
It has to be
Barricade?
only. I think
Yeah,
it's
you
only
would be
state.
inside your house during the purge. You'd be one of those people like taking shelter. in
No.
bunkers.
Let's make it
And
federal
I'll be
level.
at your house with a gun knocking on your door. I'm just kidding.
It's a
Knock on
normal
my door.
Tuesday.
Just Tuesday.
So, I
Let's
don't-
extend it to the whole continental U.S.
Okay, whole U.S. If you could do anything in the U.S.,
In the purge?
Mhm.
Criminal.
criminal, you do anything. You could
Well, it's
drive
not
your
criminal.
car fast.
Everything's
which is
legal
what I
during
would
the
do.
purge.
Can
Okay.
we
Well,
hit
I'm
the
saying,
Can
like,
we hit the California fault
criminal
line
act,
and
you know
let
what I
it
mean?
drift away?
It has to be a criminal act.
Actual thing, like whatever you want. You go rob a bank, whatever.
I
For a
will.
whole day,
I will
though.
give mine as an example. I would file my taxes, saying I'm a billionaire and that I have paid over 50% in taxes. So my tax return would be ridiculously high.
Nice.
But
See, that's actual logical thinking, which is what I'm not expecting from Alaric.
And
That
I
was
would
very
only I
critical.
would only kill if somebody came after me first. Just because that's not my style.
That's right, Alaric. You tell him.
I mean, if I was
I don't know,
sitting
man.
at
I got a free pass. I don't
But
know.
I would
gonna
definitely
say,
sit on
if-
my porch with a shotgun, though.
if
so.
the purge was happening all day and I was at like say Walmart and somebody in front of me was just like taking a little too long in line, boom, just take them out.
I
It's good.
don't think
It's
people
done.
would be going to Walmart during the one
I would.
12-hour period that they can commit all these. Who's waiting in line during the
Oh, wait,
purge?
wait,
You just take it and walk
Who
out.
is working
The
at
people that
Walmart
need
during
to-
the purge?
The people that need to die. No, I'm just kidding. The same people that were there during the pandemic when everything was closed down. They're like, I need to go to Walmart and buy toilet paper. Those are the people just right in the dome. Take
Well,
'em
now,
out.
Austin, you haven't had play dates with your daughter yet because she's too young. But you don't think that in the future somebody might have a play date and they might bring over like a really, really annoying kid, and you just need to teach their
Just
parents
pop
a
that off.
lesson? No, not that kid.
Wow.
Oh shit! All right.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean the parents. yeah.
Straight to violence there, Clay.
I mean, it's the
Wow.
purge. You can do whatever you want.
No, I mean, I don't
Kick the
know.
kid.
I mean,
Kick the
if
kid.
it's a criminal act, most things I'll do once.
My road rage would be completely different. I'll tell you that.
Most
Oh,
things.
I would run people off the road into
So
trees 'cause I'm a
necrophilia is
psycho.
not off the table for you.
Most things.
I would do, yeah, because there's people that have cut me off in traffic, and I've just wanted to keep going. I'm like, hit me, come on. And I'm like, yeah. I probably
You ever have that
shouldn't do
person that doesn't pull out far enough into the intersection when
Yes.
you're making a
Yes,
left?
I have
Yes.
2 kids because of it.
Yes. And normally they're
What?
like,
Oh wait, I
Do
actually
it.
have it. I have a
you're the
satire
person that
phone
makes
for
the
it.
noises, and he's like,
There it
So
is.
Very
Thick.
good. Very good.
no. So lately, I found out that my car is invisible. My bright orange car. I don't know if you guys have seen it because it might be invisible. I'm sitting there driving to work, and just people pull out in front. There's nobody behind me. I'm like, I'm good. You're gonna hit me, or I'm gonna.
Do you ever
hit
think it's because your car is really loud and they know you're coming and
my
they,
Fiesta is
they,
not
they
loud.
feel bad about the tiny
Fiesta's
penis?
My
So they just
Fiesta.
don't talk. Don't
There's
talk about her
Ryan
like
on the
that.
pool table.
So, anyway, yeah, I about got pulled over or pulled out in front of a few times, and I'm just like, "Fucking do it! I will take you out and me too."
There's ramen on the pool
So anyway, so what,
the amount of
so
sound
you
bits
would
that
probably
he
take
has
out.
pulled
So
out.
Austin would take out a child. Dylan would spin around a few times and shoot a few off,
If somebody
and
let
Alaric
me
would
not
commit tax
spin back
fraud.
around, then
and
we'd
I
have
would
a
kill
problem.
people in my car. So anyway, that was a fun topic. We
I
had
feel
there.
like, but with like the purge, I feel like it's everybody's chance to get rich.
Yeah,
isn't
if
it?
I could steal money, that would be pretty cool. So, with that being said,
And now, a word from our sponsors. Taco Bell breakfast is back, and if you've been craving it as much as we have, then be sure to try a breakfast crunch wrap, a soft flour tortilla wrapped around warm eggs, melted cheese, hash browns, creamy jalapeno sauce, and your choice of bacon or sausage. Or try a grande toasted breakfast burrito, a warm flour tortilla filled with grilled and marinated steak, fluffy eggs, 3 cheeses, potatoes, and pico de gallo, all toasted to perfection. Only participating locations. Taco Bell is not responsible for explosive flatulence brought on by eating their product. We're also brought to you by Barron's Barbershop in West Carrollton. Come on down to Barron's Barbershop. If you're looking for quality and want to take a step into history with antique stools and registers, Barron has been cutting hair for over 3 decades and has the skills to style your hair with class. Maybe you just need a trim, or maybe you want to try a new style. Whatever your needs, Barron is the man with the plan. Make sure to bring cash and be sure to mention that we sent you. And thank you from our sponsors.
Truffle Shuffle sent me to get my hair cut. I want to look just like them.
no, you don't.
My wife actually also has another thing. She says, Alaric, my car needs an oil change, and if you don't do it by next Friday, I'm going to sell your Switch on eBay. Joke's on her. She doesn't have an eBay account.
Was that part of the sponsorship?
Alrighty then.
Brought to you by Domestic Living.
Brought to you by Domesticated Husbands.
All right. Hey, where's my music? Where's my music?
Would you chill?
That
Jeez.
sounds fantastic in your earbuds.
All right,
Time
now
for
just stay
Dylan's
here.
dumbass of the week.
Yay!
All right. some music good? We good?
We'll turn the music
Terrific.
on.
All right. I thought we were going to turn it down. Nope. Okay. All right. Alaric is our dumbass of the week. So, all right. I am going to read just the headline of this first before we get into the actual discussion and the
terrific.
article. This is our dumbass of the week. Parenting expert says grandparents should ask permission before hugging their grandchildren.
Jesus Christ.
They're right.
What the?
Exactly. Oh yes.
This is
So
what's
where
wrong with
is
America?
So here we go. Parenting expert Deborah Gilboa is catching major heat
Dumbass.
on social media for comments she made about consent to today.
Oh.
And today
Are we
is
really
underlined, so
asking
it's like
kids for consent?
It's talking about she
Jesus Christ.
That didn't come out right. Oh no. Well, my career's over, guys. I'll see you later.
She believes that grandparents should never hug or kiss their grandchild without getting a child's verbal consent first. She says that hugging and kissing a child teaches children that they aren't in control of their own body, and that's has nothing to do with it. She's not talking about strangers. She's talking about your grandmother.
Oh,
Do you
right.
mind if I hug little
Yes,
Johnny?
Yes. So
Yes, I mind. Back up.
so-
Punch her
so
in the
let's,
throat.
Let's open this up for discussion, shall we? Where would you lay her? Would you say that she's a
Excuse me?
Where would I lay her? Into a graveyard. No, I'm just kidding. That's
would you say that this is fair or this is
no.
just ridiculous?
No.
They're
Behind the
just
Denny's?
coming up with stuff.
Ridiculous.
This is what me and my buddy were talking about the other day. People are so bored with our lives because it's so easy to live nowadays. They're just coming up with shit. They're like,
Yeah.
I want to be
I
mad
agree.
because my grandkid, I don't think I should be able just to go over to him and hug him. Why are you mad about that? You have grandkids. You're alive.
So
Just-
she
you're
says,
old.
as this article goes on, she says it's super confusing.
Well, yeah.
She also she's talking about it would confuse the children
Who's this old fuck?
when your
squeezing me?
grandma hugs you, and then it says that it also sends the children mixed messages. Are we still talking about fucking
Okay,
family?
seriously though,
Are
I
we-
have had some mixed
over it.
messages.
Wait. Hopefully we're not fucking family.
But seriously, I've had some mixed messages from women before, so a hug could be misconstrued. I don't know.
we
From
talking
your
about
grandma?
any
Did your
woman who's
grandma
ever hugged
confuse
me.
you?
Yeah, she held on for about 2 seconds too long. I was like, "Whoa, Granny."
So, so social media didn't have much patience over the ideas.
Good.
Metro quoted several Twitter users who weighed in on the subject. One user called this idea absolute nonsense.
Good.
Another Twitter user agreed, speculating that this is crazy concept that would spiral into children having to ask their parents for permission to hug them after. Oh wait, so it would spiral into children having to ask their parents for permission to hug them after hurting themselves. So imagine you fall. Imagine you're a kid, you fall, you scrape your knee, and you're like, "Mommy, can I have your consent for
No.
a hug?" So, and then
Sign this form, son.
he added that contact is a huge part of forming relationships.
That's terrible.
So that is, I had to bring that up because
I
that is
messed
our
up.
dumbass of
My
the
grandma
week.
held me too long.
Now, there's so much negativity in our world nowadays with everything that
Lordy.
we've been living through and all that. And my dumbass of the week is it's fun to see stupid people, but there's also good people in the world and there's also smart people in the world. So now we present to you Dylan's super smart special story.
Jeez, old Pates.
So this is another story that I found. And this one is not about anybody doing super nice things, but I might bring this topic up every now and then. This is just somebody who in our tragic little world, he did something smart for himself. And it's a very, very bleak article. The dude's name is Dylan.
Oh god.
And all it says is this dude named Dylan. That's how they describe it. Doesn't say where it's from. I'll read you the headline.
Oh boy.
Dude eats every meal at Six Flags for 7 years and pays off his debt.
Wait.
I did
what?
read that story.
Hold on.
All right, let's get into it. It's a really simple one.
What?
On the surface, this story seems beyond realistic, but let's dive a bit deeper. This dude named Dylan used his $150 Six Flags annual pass to eat every meal a day for 7 years, getting a new pass each year, of course. The pass gave him free parking and 2 meals a day.
Oh my God, that's genius! $150 for
Now,
food
it
for
gets
a
better.
year?
Gets better. It says, don't make me break out the new age math, but that's pretty much a hall pass for saving money on food. He took all of his savings, paid off his debt, helped buy a house, and he got married
That's 41 cents
in the course of
a
7
day.
years.
That's
Uh,
insane.
Yeah, it says,
This
obviously,
dude's a
if you
genius.
don't
41
live close
cents
to
for-
Six
you
Flags, you're
can't
not
even-
going to be enjoying meals on the cheap.
Ramen's not even that cheap.
That's the whole article. I told you it was incredibly bleak. It just said this dude,
Dude,
named
ramen
Dylan.
is 80 cents, I
This
think, or
dude
70
named
cents.
Dylan.
But
is a
so he
genius.
would get an annual pass.
So now they've probably kicked it off and been like, well, you can only have one meal now.
Still, I mean, even if you wanted to eat one meal a day, if you live right next door,
That's even if you don't. Like if you live from like here to the I don't know, 2 miles, 3 miles away.
but no, he would go in every day, and he got the
where I
he
was
got the
going with
annual.
that?
Yeah, we were just gonna pass right by you, Clay.
Oh man. Let me
He
take my
got-
little turn.
He got the
I'll come
annual
back.
pass, and then he got the meal plan, which you can bundle, I
Genius.
guess, or something like that. And he would go in with his free parking, pick up his meal. I don't know if he would ride stuff. I mean, why not?
Why
if you're
not?
there.
He's just
Probably
every
not,
day.
Probably not every day.
Can you
They're
imagine
like,
there's
this
just
dude Dylan is here every fucking day.
It's just a video of him eating like fries on a roller coaster, and he's just not happy at all because he's been riding it.
But it's
every
like,
single
it seems like a
day.
good life hack. And then you see that
Really?
actually with all the money he saved, he paid off all his debts. He was able to put payments down on a
It's
house,
just probably
and he
$50
got
to
married.
go there to begin with for a day.
Well, that's
I don't.
what,
I've never been to Six Flags.
that's
but I'm guessing.
$150 a year to eat.
I wonder if they stopped doing it after that. They're like, this
Well,
guy's
they are
cheap.
now.
Oh, I was about to say they are. Well, maybe not.
That was November 2nd, 2021. So just the other day.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Is
now that
when-
the story is broke, the Six Flags is like, fuck this shit. We can't let the common poor people have money.
The poors, get them out of here.
But honestly, Six Flags isn't even going to be losing money over that
Oh, I know.
because
They
it's all.
probably are. Because they're like, well,
Well,
you'll come
who's-
20 times.
Who's
a year.
actually gonna do that?
That guy?
Um,
A dude
That
named
guy.
Dylan.
That dude
More
named
people.
Dylan. Represent, Dylan. Represent.
What if there's like 3 things served at Six Flags?
could have
the
mashed
entire
Probably
year?
potatoes.
on the.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Well, I used to go
chicken
there and
A
fingers.
hot dog.
I mean, Kings
One
Island's food's
single-
pretty good.
they got the roses
Yeah,
down
but they
there.
have
They got
options.
Skyline,
Right.
don't they?
Yeah.
But when you have a meal pass, I
I
don't
love
know.
how Austin sees.
Oh yeah.
But
The
I
look he
think
gave
the
me.
way
I
it's
know.
set
I
up,
There's a
said
county,
Skyline,
bro.
and he's like, "Yeah, they actually do." I was there the other day.
I think the way they have it set up is you get a voucher. They scan your card each time,
Probably.
and you can do it
2 a
twice,
day.
and you can pretty much just pay for any meal at any of the venues.
Dude, that would be even better if there's a Taco Bell inside.
I never had the Six Flags one, but I saw it whenever I used to have my pass, and it was like you could get the meal plan added on to it,
Mm-hmm.
and it would just be like their stuff that they have there. So I don't think it was like. It
They
wasn't
always have like
franchise.
different
Roses.
things. They have like
Yeah,
pizza.
it wasn't like that.
They always have Pizza Hut. They always have like Taco Bell. They always have like.
I mean, even if it's not
You know,
those
there's really
exact
nothing other than
companies.
Taco Bell. Taco Bell's the way to go.
Taco
Yeah.
Bell.
I could
is-
really go
Pizza
for a
Hut
Crunch
is
Wrap.
owned by
No, no, no,
Taco
no, no, no. I would really go for a Crunch Wrap Supreme right now.
Jesus.
Very good.
So that's freaking nuts. I mean,
But yeah,
that's
so that was my,
genius.
That was my super smart special story, and it's a special story
this
because
the
it's not going to
surprise?
be every week. So.
Was that the surprise?
That was the surprise. Yeah,
Yay!
that was the surprise.
We got surprised.
So yeah, but I read that the other day, and I was like, that's actually very, very genius.
Yeah.
So
That man saved.
I mean,
himself.
that's insane to think about. 2 meals a day, and I wonder if they're probably big meals.
I mean,
Even if
yeah,
they're
you
not.
go in there and you get like a burger and fries and stuff
I was
like
about to
that.
say,
It's like,
I could eat.
Who knows?
But it's just
we
like
got to meet
going
this
to
guy
school.
named Dylan. It was me, you guys.
What if he's got a family and like
I-
he just
That man has a family.
let them starve?
he got married
He
with the
got a
money he
six-
saved.
Well, it's time to sit back, relax, try to keep a straight face because it's time for really shitty jokes with Clay.
I only have 4 today.
Clay has too many
Only
segments
4?
on this
Only
show.
4.
They better be really shitty. Though.
They're really shitty and dark today. We took a dark turn, guys.
All right, let's
I gotta not laugh too.
Serious faces. Let's see who breaks first. Me, Austin, or Alaric.
Alaric, are you ready? You all queued up here?
I'm ready.
Good. All right, I'll never forget my granddad's last words to me just before he died. Are you still holding the ladder? Austin is out. Why can't orphans play baseball? Because they don't know where home's at.
I've heard that one before.
What's yellow? What's yellow and can't swim? A bus full of children. So anyway. And Dylan is out. Alaric?
Well done.
Wow.
Wow.
Actually, this one is gonna be
It's full of
toward
children.
Dylan. You ready?
Oh no.
I need eye contact for this one because there's a
That's what
little
she said.
tip of the hat for somebody in here. I have a fish that can break dance, but only for 20 seconds though, and only once. R.I.P. Mojo.
Aww.
We'd like to take this time to. No, I'm just kidding.
That was,
Dylan had a
that was
fish.
Dalton's fish.
No. Jomo. Oh, I messed it up.
Dalton
I
was
read
you
Mojo and I wrote
Dalton
Jomo.
was
Oh my
Mojo, and then Mojo died. He
So-
was like a 7-year-old goldfish.
Dylan killed a
7
fish
Jesus
when he
Christ.
lived out in California, named Jomo.
Okay. Here's what it was. I had a
Oh.
goldfish, and it was one of those like 50-cent like bait.
They
fish that
lived
you get
for
in the
2
shop.
days, probably tops.
Dalton had a goldfish he brought back from a carnival in a
Don't understand how
bag.
he lived, so-
It was white and swimming on its side. He named it Mojo, and the thing lived for like 6 or 7 years.
Oh yeah.
And it swam around, and it only died because my mom accidentally washed his bowl out with soap and then put him back in. So
Oh, man.
that's what killed Mojo. Mojo would still be with us today. if it
Sorry,
wasn't
Tina,
for that
from
bitch.
underneath the bus.
Then I got
R.I.P.
I
Mojo.
got a fish when I was in California because I was bored one day and I got a fish because that's what you do. And I named him Jomo. And I had him for a couple months, and then I moved to a different apartment. And the first day that we got there, I put him. He was in his bowl, and everything was normal. Clay knows what happens. Clay, everything was fine, and then the next morning he was just dead. He just didn't survive the move. And then I went, "Oh, that's a shame," and I flushed him. And it's a good thing that he died.
No, you
It's a-
didn't flush him. This is what you told me. You said you just left him in his bowl, and you're like, that sucks. And then the next day,
No. I had already flushed him.
oh, okay,
Because
thought
I
you
said
you
it's a
didn't.
good thing he died and I did flush him because he had a peaceful death. Otherwise, it would have been a bloody massacre because I put his bowl next to the refrigerator and the next day it was still filled with water. I closed the freezer and a bottle of wine fell off the top of the fridge
Oh.
onto
Destroyed
his
him.
bowl
Oh,
and it
no.
exploded.
No,
So he
It was meant to be.
It was
So
meant
yeah,
to
he
be.
had a rest in peace, Jomo. Rest in peace.
There was a plan for Jomo.
Glad you went peacefully. You know,
R.I.P.
instead
Jomo.
of getting
I feel terrible. I mean,
fish
rest
slaughtered.
in peace, Mojo too. Hopefully he's up there swimming about. But oh my god,
he's still swimming.
I'm
on the
so
side
mad at
going
myself
one
that I
way.
messed that up. I even have Jomo written down. I read it Mojo. So
Jesus.
I was talking with my girlfriend that actually works in retail. I don't work retail anymore, thank God. And there's a funny story that I remember very vividly.
You should let us be the judge of that.
It's hilarious because it's one of the greatest stories ever from retail. So I worked at a hobby shop where we sold like RC cars and stuff like that for all the listeners. And people would, oh, cool, thanks. Thanks, sir. Appreciate it. So anyway, this guy walks in.
Get a job.
He has a Mike sells like chip retailer shirt on because he's a Mike sells truck driver. He comes in,
So you could
slams.
say he's a Mike Sells seller.
So anyway, he walks in, slams.
Thanks for the support, y'all.
He slams this RC car down on the table or on the front counter, and he goes, "Can I speak to a manager?" And my buddy that's working right next to me, he's like, "I am the manager. What can I do for you?" You could already tell this dude was pissed, and he goes, "Well, my name's Mike. You see that right there? I'm gonna sell you an ass whipping." And my buddy's straight
Gonna
face.
sell you an
He
apple.
said, "I swear to God." And then he turns to
Oh my god.
I look over at my manager, and my manager goes in the most like sweetest way he possibly could. He goes, "I don't think it needs to come to that." Is what he said. He said, "I'm Mike, and I'm going to steal you an ass weapon." So anyway,
He's
this
used
whole
that before.
this dude's just like going off saying it was broke out of the box, which normally we'd fix stuff if it was like that, but it was clearly driven. And the little kid that was with him was like embarrassed. One of the other workers goes over to the little kid and just fucking sideswipes this dude. He's like, "Your dad's acting like an asshole right now. If you want to drive your RC car, I'll go replace it right now. But if your dad's going to continue acting like an asshole, we're not going to help. And you guys can call the company and you can order it and it'll be there in 2 weeks."
I was really hoping for.
And
a
this
better line
little
there.
kid was just like, I want it now. And the dad was just like all, heartbroken because he just called him an asshole. It was pretty funny. The guy never apologized and never sold an ass whooping either. So
Well, of course not. You think men named Mike are going
dude,
to
it was
apologize?
fucking fantastic. He said, "My name's Mike. I'm gonna say an ass whooping."
That's a
Like,
great line, though.
dude. It is. So
I'm
next time
thinking-
you're eating Mike sells chips, think of that.
I worked at JCPenney for a little while,
Terrific.
and I'm pretty sure that the person interviewing me thought I was gay.
We
which,
still
That's
think
fair.
that. You're
That's
not.
fair.
I mean, whatever.
You're not.
I dressed up nice.
Don't
so
think that
I
the
guess
kids
that-
are fooling anybody.
You serious?
Anyways, so
Bunny.
um, they put me in shoes and
Shit.
women's lingerie because they
Nice.
thought I wasn't a threat.
Oh,
Nice.
Little did they know.
darn. Let me see them
Little did they
milkers.
know that he couldn't fit in that lingerie if he
Have you guys
tried.
seen those TikToks of
And
the
he
dog
tried.
like changing his face? Nah, 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 nah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's the
like-
beagle smiling. He's
yes,
Can I
yes,
finish? Yes, thank you.
that was you. That was you.
So
And working there, I was the only straight male and or other
Oh.
male. There, really, you're gonna give me that face?
this is I'm just
Okay.
listening to the story.
Anyways, so there was me, a guy who was very, very flamboyant,
you.
and 3 girls, all named Porsche.
Porsche.
It's
One was
Porsche.
Porsche, one was
I
Porsche,
knew it.
and the other was Porsche that was missing
Porsche.
the S H at the end.
Did you
They
work
were
at the
all
retail
spelled
department
different.
at Cheeks?
They were all spelled different, and then there was a 4th girl named Mercedes.
Jesus Christ.
I'm not gonna ask what I want to ask, but Dylan can ask it because he's been saying it. Probably shouldn't say it anymore though. Never mind.
Throwback
anyway-
to the opener.
Oh Jesus! I was like,
Yeah.
what are we talking about?
Dylan, don't say it, okay? We talked
What
about
did
this.
I say?
So anyway.
One girl was black, one girl was Hispanic, and the other girl was white.
Chill out, Dylan. It's okay. Anyway, so Mercedes,
Mercedes,
Porsche,
Mercedes, and Porsche were both white. Porsche without the H was the Latino girl,
that is a load of daddy
LBH.
problems. I can already tell by the name.
and then Porsche
worked at other
spelled
places.
without the E at the end was the black girl.
That's porch. 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 Isn't it?
No,
Wouldn't it be porch?
That's
There's
Porsche.
still an A S before the
Did you
H.
ask her?
I think there was a conversation.
Hey,
about
Porch,
it,
get
but
over here. Can you imagine? This lady needs her bosoms measured. Get over here,
storms are
Porch.
coming.
That sounds like a lovely team you had there at Sears.
So anyway, Mercedes,
JC
Porch.
Penney.
JC
Way to
Penney.
listen
Why'd
to
I
the
say
story.
Sears?
So we have Mercedes, Porsche, Porsche,
Porsche,
and Alaric, and 2 other gay guys.
just
basically?
one.
Okay, well, 2 because you're there. So anyway,
Thanks for
No.
bringing that shit to a
No.
close,
Yeah.
Clay.
Yep. Okay. That was pretty much it.
What's
It's
the
just the
story?
people I was working with were pretty fucking crazy to go with their names.
All right, so this is gonna be slightly racist, so everybody buckle in.
and
Whenever
as we know,
Strap in,
Dylan
strap on.
is a man.
whenever
of
I
the
was
cloth.
working at the restaurant in California, we had just all your tourists would come in and all that kind of stuff. We had so many Asian people come in, which is fine.
Just fine. Why do you have
Like,
to say
it's
that?
Fine.
I'd like to say that it's fine. However,
In the words of Bill Burr,
I
there's
have-
a lot of Asians
I
in
have
here.
quite a few stories that involve Asian people in the restaurant just because it's anyway.
Because there's
So-
a lot of them, Dylan. That's
so-
racist.
Wow. Okay, so I was a food runner and I would bring out all the plates to you and blah blah blah, get your table set
Probably
up
should
and
have
whatnot.
run with the food.
Somebody mute him. So I would bring out the food and all that stuff. and I would set it down, blah blah. Well, I've got these two women at this table, and their accent is very, very strong. Which living
Very
in
coronavirus.
wow.
Could you give us a demonstration so we can visualize it?
No.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
No.
You might want to believe that what I just said. I got
So-
offended by it.
So I'm putting the stuff down in like the middle of the table, and all that, and you get everything in Beverly Hills, from like you get like religious people, you get full on like sadists, you get just you never know what people are gonna randomly say at you at these tables. So whenever they looked at me, and I have to do their accent because this explains why I didn't understand them. The lady looked at me and she said, "Oh."
Was she having an orgasm while you? Oh.
She said,
Ah.
we need to pray.
Um,
And I said,
You need some what?
No, she said, we need to pray.
You like to see homos naked?
And I said, oh, okay, all right, go ahead. So
Did she grab your hand?
No.
Oh, yeah, that'd be great.
So I'm standing there, and I have the tray with all the rest on the food, and I got my hands behind my back because I'm thinking that they're about to bow their head and pray, and they're just staring at me. And I said, go ahead. And she said, no, we need to pray. And I said, yeah, that's fine.
Oh no! Oh no!
Like Austin's putting it together.
I figured it out. Oh no!
And I said that's fine. This is America. You can do what you want to do. And
How about I come back with some menus?
and literally, it was like 3 or 4 times they said it, and then finally, she put her hand up and started doing hand gestures.
Pray. What is
She said, we need to pray. They needed
Oh,
two.
no!
They needed 2
Yeah.
extra plates.
Yeah.
But so there I am in the
No,
middle of a
no.
busy, packed restaurant in Beverly Hills, standing in the middle of the floor, going, "Oh yes, go ahead." Go
Guess
ahead."
who's
And
not
I didn't,
getting
and I
a
didn't
freaking
realize that I
tip?
kept like lowering my head, like
No, you weren't bowing.
No.
You weren't bowing?
Not bowing, nodding.
I knew you were
nodding.
racist.
I was nodding to them. Like, oh yes, go ahead.
I knew you were racist.
And then I got back in the kitchen, and they were like, "What the hell took so long?" And I was like, well, "They needed to pray."
You just leave them? So wait, you were taking that and they're like, we need to pray.
I
And you're
brought
like,
them the
oh, go
plate.
ahead. And you just walk
No,
away.
I stood there because I still had the rest of their food
Oh, man.
on the tray, and I was waiting. I said, "Oh, of course, go ahead." Because sometimes people will. I've had that where people will stop and they'll have the whole family at the table. They'll bow their heads. They'll pray, and sometimes they'll say, you can go ahead and put everything down, or they'll be like, "Can you give us just a second?" We'll be like, "All right," and we wait because we have all the hot food right there.
That's terrible.
So when I finally figured out that they needed 2 plates, I got the plates for them, and then I didn't ask if they needed anything
you
else because I
bow
didn't
as
think I
you
could
handed them
take
the
it.
plate?
I didn't
you-
want to know
yes,
what else they needed.
Yes. Two plate.
Here your
Two plate.
here your plates. There you go.
Here are your 2 pray.
So I have a similar story, but it's
Oh,
not
no.
me. It's my father-in-law. So my father-in-law and his now wife, but I don't know if they were married at the time. Maybe they were downtown Cincinnati or something. But an Asian couple is standing, at the bridge or whatever, and they like come up to him and they're like, "Oh, you take our picture," and they like, so he goes to take their picture, and he's got the guy's phone, and he's like, "A 1, a 2, 3,"
Oh no.
without
Like the
Realizing-
Tootsie Pop Al.
realizing that he totally sounded like an Asian, like a white man impersonating an Asian man.
Oh my god.
A tree.
I get that shit when I like hear somebody with an accent. You ever hear somebody with an accent?
Southern
Talking
accents
to
hit
you,
me
and
so
you start
freaking
doing
hard.
it and you're like, I'm really trying. There was a guy that came into the shop, a hobby shop, and he had a Russian accent, and he's like, I need some paint. And I was like, yes, sir. I was like, yes, sir. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
You mime it back to them.
My God, it was so bad. I pick up accents real easily.
Well, luckily I did not do the Asian voice to the
Oh,
Asian
thank you.
Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Enjoy your food, yes.
God bless.
God bridge. God bridge.
I'm so glad that water would have been all over Alan.
You enjoy your prey. God bless.
God bless.
Yeah, I can't drink water. He said, God bless.
We should have done
I
this
went to-
podcast back in the 90s when we were allowed to say this shit.
Oh, we're getting canceled for sure after this one.
I went to
What
Burger
year's
King
it?
earlier.
It's going to be devastating for the
Not-
fan.
I went to Burger King like 3 days ago and for breakfast after work. And
You didn't go to Taco Bell breakfast?
Taco Bell I'd had 4 times that week already, so I figure I could
It's
do one
always
more.
Taco Bell time.
Anyways, I pull up and I go, I go, hello, welcome to
Hello.
hello, welcome to Burger King.
Oh, the
Go ahead
pre-recorded
whenever you're ready.
Stupid message.
And then a lady comes on and goes, well, how are you today?
I'm doing fine.
And I said,
oh, damn it.
Could I get 2 bacon, egg, and cheese crust sandwiches? And she
You
goes,
did not.
why you gotta say it like that? And then like the manager came over and goes, who's saying that? Who's there? I said, this is Al. She goes, Al, what are you doing here? I said, I came
Trying
to get some food.
Did you eat the food
She
that they
goes-
gave you?
She goes, oh lordy, what are you doing here? And I was like, I just want food.
Did you eat the food that they gave you?
I ate the food they gave me.
You ate spit.
No,
You-
she
My favorite
no,
thing
she said,
You ate
honey,
spit."
it's been so long since somebody's done that.
at our local Taco Bell sponsor, they have a recorded message before, and then you get somebody with a totally
Yeah,
different
Yeah,
after. So
it's hilarious.
I think
I
it's
love it.
hilarious when it's like, "Hi, welcome to Taco Bell. What can we get started for you today?" And they're like, "You can go ahead whenever you're ready." And you're like, "Oh, can I talk to the first person?" But yeah, I always thought that was funny when they had that pre-recorded thing, and then it's like a male voice, and then a female's like, "How may I help you today?" or something like that. You're like, oh,
This isn't even about like the sponsorship, but I realized that the other week that I had gone to Taco Bell 6 times in 1 week, and the week was only 4 days in, so it
lordy.
really wasn't looking good for me.
yeah,
Only at
it's.
participating locations. Taco Bell is not responsible for explosive flatulence brought on by.
I really don't like.
What the
I don't
hell?
like how that's only in my left ear. Did anybody else notice? Oh,
Yeah,
you
you
gotta
don't know
spin
your
around
left
a
from
few
right.
times.
No, he's in my right ear.
I think yours are on backwards, Clay.
Oh, it's because the cord gets pulled too far. I need to get an extension. See how it's pulling yours?
Oh yeah, they're all okay.
So yeah,
It's a good
that,
setup down here.
I think,
Nothing but the best
I
from
think-
Truffle
Nothing but the
Shuffle
best.
Podcast.
honestly, for all the listeners, we are using $15 microphones. I'm gonna expose us today.
Why are you putting a price point on it, man?
Did you just jump? Did you
Little
jump?
bit.
I saw it.
That was the sound he played last week whenever we were doing our stories.
We
and
were
it
into
scared the fuck out of me.
Dude,
Yeah.
he went like this. I was looking over. It's like,
It wasn't
what's
that
he
loud.
pressing over there? I was like, he must be getting something ready. And then,
Ooh, spooky.
Halloween is over.
yeah, we need Christmas music stat.
We
No,
need
I'm just kidding.
Thanksgiving music.
Oh my
now.
God! Can we talk about that? Why are we doing these Christmas? Why are people putting out Christmas decorations in stores on October 30th?
Oh, before that, I went to go do Halloween shopping a week before Halloween, and both Target, Meijer,
Myers.
and Walmart
Myers
had
had
their
nothing for
they
Halloween.
had their
one little
Halloween
sliver.
stuff down,
Yeah.
and their full Christmas tree sections were up. This was like on
Yeah. Well,
October
yeah.
25th.
Yeah, I mean, you don't think that makes sense?
No, it doesn't because it's
We haven't even
October.
hit Halloween
We
yet
haven't
at that
even-
time. Austin.
Yeah, but people start buying that crap early.
No,
No,
no, no, no,
no, no,
fuck
no,
you.
no, no,
no, no. Put it away until at least November.
I won't put it away. I like to keep it out.
yeah, you do.
We know you like to keep
Yeah.
it
I saw what
out.
you did with that
That's
bottle.
right.
So
You know
yeah,
what
I
I'm
don't
talking
I don't understand why. When do you guys put your Christmas tree up? I put mine up the
Just
day
now.
of Thanksgiving.
I haven't. Did I tell you guys we're listing the house?
For real?
What?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You guys just got
Yeah.
it.
Well, I know. But
Why?
Now's the time, my boys.
Oh, it is. It's a
Where you
seller's
guys,
market.
Did
where
you
you guys
buy it
wanting to
before?
move to?
I'm gonna move to Loveland.
Oh, what? Why does everybody go to Loveland? It's
Am
not
I
really that
breaking the
lovely.
news?
Yeah.
Where is Loveland?
Yeah, you're
Yeah.
breaking
About
the
45
news.
minutes
Sorry,
away where
guys.
fucking Kyle lives.
Oh,
Why are you going down there?
Fuck you,
'Cause
Kyle,
that's
if you're
where my
listening.
work is.
So
What about Taylor?
Austin's days on the Truffle Shuffle podcast are numbered then.
Well, I can zoom in.
I don't
No,
think you can.
no,
we're
no,
not-
no,
we're
no.
only doing it
This is
for
a Truffle
You'll
Shuffle
still be-
exclusive. Austin is leaving
you
You
know
us.
won't be every episode, but you'll still be a guest.
Yeah.
You're gonna make that drive up here.
Yeah.
That's what you're gonna
Yeah, I'll
do.
make the drive.
You're gonna
Yeah.
make that
He
drive.
barely made the drive last
Especially
week.
if we have more than 4 listeners.
Oh, we're growing. We're growing. Don't you worry. I think
We're-
we're at a solid 6 now.
Yeah, I know.
Where
F
are you,
plus,
listener?
or at least one of
I'm
our
over
wives.
here.
Think of,
This is for you.
this is for you.
I love you.
What the hell?
I love
What?
you.
the hell was
I
that?
love you.
Oh,
That was
we
very
love
sexual.
you.
Aw,
Those are our
60
listeners.
minutes and 3 seconds. Doesn't feel
I was
like we've
gonna
been
say we should
recording that long.
115 should definitely do that. Oh, you're getting the call now.
I'm getting the buzz.
Oh, is that the lady?
His vibrator set on phone. So it
She
went off.
said, I'm about to fall asleep.
I thought I was
Oh.
gonna say something else. I'm about to come.
Well, Austin, I can hear the bells, so I think it's time to head
Thank
you
you.
back to your wife. Ladies and gentlemen,
Yeah, you know.
this has been episode 4 of Truffle Shuffle Podcast. Thank you for listening.
Good to
Tell
be
your
with
friends,
everyone.
tell your family, like, share, subscribe. What?
Good to be with everyone.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Austin, for joining us today. We'll see who we have next week.
Glad you guys got to see me. Glad you guys got to see me.
See you.
I'm glad you, Dylan, got
Uh-huh.
to see me. You got that privilege.
Yeah, you're not a dad yet. You can't make those jokes.
Alaric, I can say
Just
what I
because
want.
you have the body doesn't mean that you get to make the jokes.